Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the Wednesday, April 20th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. And it was indeed a pretty significant severe weather outbreak as we went through yesterday into last night, even at the 5 o'clock hour when I'm cutting this video. Still some severe weather ongoing with this current storm system. And that system is sliding into the Carolinas today. But a lot of the energy pulling away from us. Let me kind of show you how it, first of all, shaped up yesterday and then through the night. Quite a number of reports in terms of severe weather. The total reports, at least at the time I'm cutting this video, is over 700. And a number of significant wind and hail reports. There were some big-time hailers and some very significant wind reports as well. Now there's the close-up view from the region across the Carolinas, and still at the 5 o'clock hour, a couple of lingering tornado watches that were in effect. Broader perspective. And really, this is a band of rain and storms stretching all the way from the eastern Great Lakes down into northern Mississippi. Speaking of northern Mississippi, that's where the strongest storms were during the 5 a.m. hour. North Mississippi stretching into northwestern Alabama, and a number of severe thunderstorm warnings were in effect for that area. That's the watch, warning, and advisory situation. And again, this is during the 5 a.m. hour, so these severe weather watches will be gradually expiring and trying to shift eastward and southward as the day unfolds. But here's the deal. This is the water vapor imagery, and I know this is not a loop, so it's kind of tough to tell, but the main energy with this is shifting northeast and not east. So as we get through the day, the main dynamics continue to pull farther and farther away from our region. So this will be a deal where as the front moves in, it's going to have less and less in the way of upper level support for showers and thunderstorms. Now there is the temperature map across the lower 48. It's certainly quite mild. Everybody in the Piedmont in the 60s this morning. And it's going to be another day with highs well up into the 80s. In fact, maybe down in South Carolina around Columbia, hitting 90 or 91 this afternoon. Now let's talk thunderstorms. There's the day one convective outlook. I do think across our region there will be a few showers or thunderstorms out there as today unfolds. They'll be very hit and miss. Probably once you get east of the mountains, most folks falling into the miss category. But the storms that do form, although they'll be pretty limited in nature, in number, could produce some damaging wind or maybe some hail reports as the day unfolds today. So we'll keep an eye on that, but this is nothing at all like the system we dealt with back over the weekend. There's the upper air chart off the European, valid this afternoon, and again you can clearly see that the main dynamics are shifting way off to our north this go around. Okay, so this afternoon on the GFS, that's what the model prints out. Some scattered thunderstorms through Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and parts of the Carolinas, but just notice it gets really sporadic as you get into the most of the Carolinas and Virginias later today. Tomorrow, now this is where the forecast gets challenging, but I think we're getting a little better handle on it. That front will stall out somewhere in that corridor. And along into the south of that front tomorrow, there's going to be some scattered thunderstorms. North of it looks mainly dry for, say, the I-40 corridor, but the closer you get down to the South Carolina border, the better the chance of seeing a few showers or storms tomorrow will be. And then Friday looks like a pretty chilly day, as we'll have one of those cold air damming events unfolding. High pressure will move from the Great Lakes through the northeast and then push out to sea by Friday evening, but it's going to be in a favorable position to give us a pretty good cold air damming event. So in the favored cold air damming areas, the western, southern Piedmont, the foothills, especially the northern foothills and the northwest Piedmont, I think places like Greensboro, Winston-Salem are not going to get out of the 50s for high temperatures on Friday with some showers from time to time. Now again, that's how it looks right now, assuming we do see some showers as Friday unfolds. But it does look like a significantly cooler finish to the work week. Now here's what it looks like on the Canadian coming up as we go through the course of today, as that front advances in, and then there's tonight's precip on the Canadian, most of it back into the Tennessee Valley. Tomorrow, it does bring a pretty good round of showers and storms along that stalled front through Georgia into South Carolina and southernmost North Carolina, and really that's the European in general agreement with that scenario. So extreme southern North Carolina into South Carolina and Georgia, probably a decent amount of showers and storms around tomorrow. And then as we get into Friday, here's what the European prints out on Friday, and it does look like a day that features the opportunity for some rain as Good Friday unfolds. Now let's go into Easter weekend here. This is Saturday, looking mainly dry, although there could be a little bit of lingering morning drizzle or light rain. Then Easter Sunday for the sunrise services Sunday morning, probably temperatures across much of the Piedmont relatively close to 60. And then high temperatures Sunday afternoon should be well up into the 80s, so a pretty warm Easter Sunday. Monday, the GFS keeps printing out the chance for scattered storms. I have not included that in the forecast again this morning. The European is dry. I think the GFS might be a little bit overdone with this scattered thunderstorm chance Monday. But eventually, later on next week, we will see a powerhouse storm system roll in. The GFS brings it in Wednesday. You go to the European model, and it really doesn't swing it in until the tail end of next work week. So the timing with that one's still in question. But that does look like a pretty dynamic system whenever it does wind up getting here. And one final chart, European on the left, GFS on the right. This is the average of the day 8 to 10 upper air pattern. And again, the general idea, although there's some timing differences, is another pretty intense system taking a far enough south track that we're going to have to watch for more strong and severe storms probably later on next week. All right, that is it for this Wednesday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.